Oh. Okay. So y'all see how I'm squeezing this out of the pack like this? Well, not the pack. I'm squeezing it out of the casing. So just like that. Squeeze it out the casing. And there it is. You can squeeze all of it out if you want to. Squeeze all it out the casing. And there you go. I'm about to brown this up and I'll be right back. Okay. I got my meat browning or whatever. So halfway through the browning, I season mine with the grease in it, and I drain my grease out. So I'm gonna use Slap Your Mama. Back it up a little bit. I'm gonna be using Slap Your Mama seasoning. Show y'all all my seasonings I use. Slap Your Mama, not a lot, just enough. Garlic salt, just a little, because I already got the Slap Your Mama salt. That's enough. Garlic salt. Garlic powder. This is to my liking now. I don't know how y'all like y'all. So, onion powder. Onion powder. Now, you can use as much of this as you want. It's not really salty, but it'll give you that good onion flavor that my grandma used to love. So, onion powder. And also, we're going to do some black pepper. We're going to brown it up, and then I'm going to put my vegetables in. I did a half of red bell pepper, half of green bell pepper, half of a jalapeno pepper, 2 onions, 2 whole white onions, and 2 stalks of celery. So I will show y'all when I put that in. Okay, I'm draining my ground beef. This is the part where I do that. So I'm going to drain this and then spilling half of it. I'm going to drain this and then, y'all see, no grease left. And then, back onto the stove. I'm going to let this drain out. So I got my meat all drained out. And now I'm going to put it back on the stove with the vegetables. And I'll show y'all that. Just a second. Alright, y'all. So, we back on the stove. Got the ground beef back on the stove. And the sausage. So, here is all my vegetables. See if y'all can see that. Lift this up so y'all can see. So, here's all my vegetables. So, lots and lots of vegetables because I like a lot of vegetables in my spaghetti. So, there's onions. There's 2 onions, remember. Half of a green bell pepper, half of a red bell pepper, 2 stalks of celery, and I used 2 minced garlic, 2 cloves of garlic. They were little cloves. So 2 cloves of minced garlic, fresh minced garlic is also in there. And a half of a jalapeno pepper. Alright, so we're going to dump that in. Just like that. Just like that. We're going to get that back going. We're going to let them vegetables fry in there. Just a little. We're going to let them wilt down a little bit. And then, we're going to let them wilt down a little bit. And then, we're going to get some vegetable oil in there. I don't use the oil from the ground beef. I use pure vegetable oil. So we're going to put just a dabble in there. Like that. Now, got my water boiling over there. Get my spaghetti going. We're going to get the spaghetti going. One. Right up out the pack. We're going to get them spaghetti going. So, Got our spaghetti going. We're going to fry this around a little bit like I told y'all. Continue to stir it. You can cover this if you want to. I don't cover mine. I just let it work up a little bit. You can cover it a little bit if you want to. You don't want it to, you know, burn. So next, I got 2 portobello mushrooms. I'm about to put my sauce in just a second when it's wilt down a little bit. I'm gonna add my sauce and then I'm gonna add my mushrooms. No, I'm gonna add my mushrooms right before I add the sauce. So I'll show y'all that too. Okay, these are my portobello mushrooms. I'm about to chop these up. Chop these up kind of small. So once I chop these up and get them in, I'll show y'all what's next. Back. So we were about 5 minutes in, so they wilted a little bit, and I added the mushrooms. So the mushrooms can take on some of the flavor from the sausage and the ground beef. And I'm also going to sprinkle it with a little more, show y'all, a little more onion powder to top that off. A little more garlic powder. A little garlic. Now, I'm going to add a can of diced tomatoes. It's going to go in. That's going to go in first. Can of diced tomatoes. So we're going to do that. Diced tomatoes. And get that all up in there like that. Mix it all up in there. So that's going to start to get down up in there. Then we're going to add 1 can, a fat can of tomato sauce. So it's a big can. Any kind of tomato sauce you want to use. I use Hunt's. I use all kinds. Heinz. All kinds. So this got like a little bit of crushed tomatoes in this one. It's a tomato sauce mixed with a crush. So that's going to be good. And then I always use like, put a half of a can of water to add to my sauce. And I also add the water. This is optional. You don't have to do this. But that's what I do to mine. So I'm going to mix this really, really good. Really, really good. Mix that all in. And then I'm going to cut the eye up a little bit so them vegetables can go on and cook down in there. And I'm going to give it one more shot of onion powder. And maybe a little more hit of slap your mama. So a little more onion powder. I love onions, so don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm going to do some slap, a little bit of oregano. Okay, and I'm going to do some slap your mama. Just a little tad to get it sauce and season. A little more black pepper. Now, some people use, my daughter just asked me, did I put oregano in my spaghetti? So, I don't usually put oregano in my spaghetti, but I have before. I just don't like the flavor of oregano. But since she asked, I'm going to sprinkle just a tad. Shut up. Okay, we're going to sprinkle just a tad. Boom, bam, 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 bam. So, there's that. Did I put the black pepper? Did I put the black pepper? I think so. See, you give me throw it off. Get out of here. Okay, so we got that going. We're finna cover this up. We're gonna cut it on low, let it simmer. My spaghettis is already done. I'm just gonna mix them in the pot. It's gonna be a 1-pot meal. 1-pot spaghetti here. So we're gonna let that cook down, simmer. May add a little ketchup to this because I like my spaghetti sweet. You know, a little squirt of ketchup. You can do this as well. My grandmother used to do this too. But I don't always do it, but it's actually good. It's a kitchen. So I'm just going to go in a circle. I'm going to go in a circle with my ketchup. I'm going to show y'all how much I'm going to use. So, I'm just going to do, y'all see? Y'all watching? All right. And do a little ring. 1, 2, 3. Bam. 3 rings. That's it. So that's going to give it a little hint of that, you know, sweetness that you may be looking for in your spaghetti. But I don't like too much sweetness in my spaghetti, but I do like a little sweet. But this is not going to be sweet. It's going to be kind of hearty. So, we're going to go ahead and cover this up and cut my spaghettis off. I'm going to let y'all see what it's looking like before I cut. So, this is what my spaghetti is looking like. Da bomb, as usual. Da bomb, you know. Da bomb.com. So, anywho, we're going to go and cover this up for about, yeah, y'all don't play with me. Y'all see my new pots. Don't play with me. I did not come to play. But anyway, I told y'all I'm going to get some new pots. Don't play with me. Okay, but anyway. So I got my spaghetti going. This the sauce, not the spaghettis. They going too. They in the back. I'm going to cut them off in just a second. And I'll show y'all how they look. You don't want to overcook your spaghetti. You want them kind of al dente. So we're going to pop them off. And we're going to stop the cooking. I'm going to put them in probably some cold water to stop the cooking. So we're going to leave this for about 10 minutes. And then I'll come back and show y'all me putting my spaghetti in. Be right back. Alrighty, it's been about 10 minutes. I sprinkle some little onions on top. I like those. The little onions that come in the bottom. So I want this to go just a little bit longer so that sauce can get a little thicker. Get that sauce just a little bit thicker. Probably about another 5 minutes and I'll be back. Alright, y'all. So it's been about another 5 minutes. So we're going to crank the heat down just a tad. I'm going to stir this around to see how thick that sauce has gotten. Got that little cooking oil that I put in there. Floating to the top. That's how my grandma spaghetti used to be so greasy. It was so good. That was a little secret. So we're going to add our spaghetti in. Spaghetti. We got hella meat. And we're going to just start mixing it in. Hoping and praying we got enough room in this skillet. It should be though. And get that all mixed up in there. All them greases and juices. Now you can use more tomato sauce if you want to. I just ain't have no extra cans. And I didn't feel like going to the store. So my spaghetti is usually more saucier than this. But just let it cook for a little longer with the sauce and stuff, and it's gonna cook in there. It'll become a little thicker. You can add some more water if you want to, but be sure to add you some seasonings with it, because you don't want no bland spaghetti. Don't nobody want no bland spaghetti. And because I like black pepper, I'm gonna add just a tad bit more of black pepper, just a tad, and I'm gonna cover this up with the sauce that I got in here. So y'all see, it's plenty of sauce in there. You just got to cook them juices and stuff. Got to cook on out of them tomatoes. We're going to let this simmer on low. We're going to let this simmer on low. So this is going to go simmering on low. And I will be back to show y'all when it's done. Put this on about 4. So I'm going to cover this up. So about another... I usually, once I get my spaghetti in, I usually let it go for about another 10-15 minutes. So I'll be back in about 10-15 minutes, and I'll show y'all the end. Okay, it was one other thing I did want to show y'all. I did some homemade garlic bread, and there it is. It's just a regular bread out of the bakery in the grocery store. I put some garlic, some melted butter all over it, so it's buttered up. Put garlic powder, or you can use fresh garlic. You just rub it on there, and I added a little parsley on top, so... There's my garlic bread. I wanted y'all to see that too. So that's that on that. So I'll be back when this is done. All right, y'all. This is the end result. I'll give y'all a close up so y'all can see everything. The sauce bubbling around up in there. Trying to get the smoke out the way so y'all can see. So we got the ground beef, the sausage, the mushrooms. Mushrooms cooked down pretty good too. And my dog is all in the background, so sorry. Like tomatoes in there, everything all through it. So this is my grandmother's recipe, y'all. This is how she always cooked her spaghettis. And I wanted to cook it today. I miss her so much. So y'all let me know if y'all try this. I'll put a picture up once I plate it up in the end. But this is the end result. So, like I said, you could have used more sauce if you want to. I don't like mine as saucy, but yeah, you could use a little more sauce. But that is it. Add you a little more sauce to yours if you would like. And this is the finished result here. So, got all your good chunky vegetables in there. Not overcooked, not mushy. So, that's that on that. That's my pot of spaghettis. That's my grandmother's recipe. And I hope you all try with your family. Let me know how y'all like it. I'll let you guys later. See you in the next one. Love you. So there it is, guys. That's the spaghetti. If y'all can see that. Looking all good. And there's the homemade garlic bread that my daughter made. I didn't make it. My daughter made it. So that's it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate all the love y'all been showing me. And I'm about to add me some cheese to this and go in. Thank you, guys.